Hello, my name's Mr. C, and today we're going to look at data management, in particular, using Google Sheets to make sense of our data. Let's go take a look. All right, so we're going to go take a look at our raw basic data. Here we go. So here we did a jump math where we did several attempts at jump. We recorded student heights and we tried to figure out the difference, in other words, the vertical. And what are we going to do with that data? Well, let's take a look. So what we did is first we wrote it all down and did the jumps, and that was good fun. If you missed your data, you can do that. You can stop now, do at least 2 jumps, see how high you get. Don't forget to measure your height, include your shoes too. All right, now that you've got the basic data, we're going to take a look at that, and we used Google Sheets to just put it into this kind of basic table. So you can forget about column B here for now, and even column G, although I know everybody wants to know how they ranked. But really, it's about the vertical. Now, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to delete it because we're going to rebuild this from scratch, okay? I'm going to show you how easy it is to get this. Once you've got the basic data input, you can plot it, you can use formulas to make this nice and quick, and then even turn it into some graphs and stuff like what I've got above me here. So let's go take a look at how we're going to do this. So first things first, let's take a closer look. We've got our attempts, and what we want to do is have attempt 1 and attempt 2 kind of put together as a kind of average, or in this case, a mean. And then we're going to take away the height, and that'll give us our vertical. So clearly we can see the highest jump, and I could sort this by column C to find out who had the highest attempt on jump 1. And so the highest attempt on jump 1 was this person with 108, and so on. But that's using data and sorting. Instead, we're actually going to use some basic programming formulas and use math to make sense of this. So we could crunch these numbers, add attempt 1 and attempt 2, divide by 2, and then take away your height. Right? We could do that by hand, and that's going to take a while. You could even use the function button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click. Let me grab my camera here 1 second. I'm going to grab this. All right, you could click right here, right? And then you could type in the formula, which is right here, which is fx. So that's our basic way that we're going to get this to do the math for us. So let's observe. We're now clicked here, and we're now clicking on that fx, and we're going to press equals sign to let it know we're doing some math. And now we're going to start. Now I could type the numbers in here. I could do 93 plus 94, right? And if I divide it by 2, watch what happens. Divide by 2. Well, that's not right, because it's dividing 94 by 2. So instead, we have to use our order of operations. And how we force that is we put in those brackets. See what I did there? 2 brackets. It makes it do it properly. Now I can divide it by 2, and I get that correct amount, which is 93.5 in this case. And if you're not sure where I'm looking, it's right up. Oop, I'm dragging the whole thing. Here we go. Right up here. Right up here. And it'll actually give us a little quick calculation above. So that's what you're watching for. So let's get back to my spot in the corner here. So now, clicking the wrong thing here. So now we're going to take it to the next level. Instead of letting it just work as a calculator, we're going to let it work as a computer. So instead of manually entering these numbers, we're just going to tell the computer where to find those numbers. So how this works is instead of typing numbers, we're going to type cell addresses. Each one of these little boxes in our table here, any location in charts, is a cell address. So instead of typing the number within, the value within it, we're going to type the cell address. Now I could type the cell address. It's like Battleship, C3, right? I could find that. That's C3, but you can also just click on it like that, and you can see that it gives the value up there, right? Now I can do that add with the plus symbol, and then I click on the next one, which is D3 right there. Cool, and it does the math for me. Now I close the bracket because order of operations, we want it to do that first. Next up, I need the average of those two, not just the sum. So I'm going to use my divide symbol and divide it by 2. In this case, we've got 2, so we divide that by 2 manually. Now, we've got it calculating the average all by itself, but we're not done yet. We can take it that next step. We want it to take away the height, right? We want it to take away height, so we're going to have it look in this cell, which is E3, for the height value. So I'm going to take away minus, and then I'm going to click on E3. There we go, which is this, and it already did the math for me. The vertical is 26.5. Now here's the clutch thing. I'm just gonna take a look over my left shoulder here. I'm gonna move this one little second here. Take a look right there. This is the time saver. How it works is it's suggesting an autofill, which means it's gonna automatically be like, should I apply this to all of this? And you usually want to say yes, just like that. If you don't, you don't have to. But here we've got our value, and it is plugged in, and I can double check that the formula is correct by taking a look in this little formula bar right there. And I see that it is the formula is doing it right. But so you could autofill, but the other trick is you could select this one with this formula in there, C3 plus D3 and all that, and I can now copy that, Control C or edit copy, and then I can now paste it into any and all of these values, and then I get to skip to the next group down there and do it for them as well. So I can place it, you see these empty tables, it's coming up as 0, and I can place it in all of the values that I needed to fill in there. So I'll jump back to the big screen, and I'm just gonna go all the way down and just copy, paste, 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 paste. A lot faster than math, right? Now there was an error on that last one because there was only one attempt. So it's still dividing it by 2, so it's giving the wrong values. You gotta keep your head about you. You do have to double check that you're double checking your values as you go. And paste, 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 paste. And this way, I can do the entire class in a matter of seconds. Cool? So yes, it's a little bit of work up front, but if a lot of data points, you use the you use the equation or the functions or the formulas, as if you will, to actually build this and make it quicker. All right, so next video, we're gonna come back and we're going to talk about how to turn that table set into a chart or a graph. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in class. Thanks.